The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it.
On play action, it's Carr. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. Gibbs straight ahead. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. What a great job getting pressure here on the first drive. 3 plays and already 2 sacks.
And that pressure has been intense right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, if they don't make an adjustment in play calling and protection, it'll go from intense to relentless.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards. We're talking about big, long, explosive, field-flipping runs. And that's something this defense is well aware of.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The numbers for Spears on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. When you look at this defense, they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass, currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
On 3rd and short, not only did he get away from the rush and pick up a 1st down, he picked up a whole lot more than that. And how did he get it done? Evaded the rush, kept his poise, and then how about him directing traffic as he moved downfield to pick up extra blockers? A really nice run.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Out of the gun to give to Spears. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. That one's taken in by Spears. And 17. Pickup. He needed to move this. Now Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. End up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. First and goal from the 3. Lawrence will throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and throwing it.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Huskies get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. An ideal start for them, really. You force a punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point good by Hopkins, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The visitors' offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Carr to throw. He's got it complete to Gibbs. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And it's fielded at the 34. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And as this offense way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. They've got the 7-0 lead. Ball back into their defense to stop CD, and you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
They play action with Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Draymond Jones in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. On play action, Lawrence. Man open left side is Brown. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And well short. 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Here's Bryce Behringer now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchdown They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. The visitors' offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back on the field. And he's been sensational in this opening quarter. You have to imagine we'll see much more of him as this game goes along. Carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he will double the space to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4. This a 2nd and 8. On the give, here's Gibbs. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They get 9 there, and in the process escaping their end zone, picking up a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Carr now to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll go right back to Moore. Complete again. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. The numbers for Moore last week: 7 catches, 129 yards, and he threw a touchdown in there for good measure.
And he now has 8 touchdowns on the season, and I just know this: he's going to be so eager to run routes in this one and try and get to the end zone at least 2 more times. 10 is a key number. Really signifies that you've had a big year.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now. Toronto in possession of the football. Now 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. Moore, the man in motion. On play action. Now Carr. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. A short throw, and that's hauled in by Mayer. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Carr going to throw. They still can't get it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a play fake. Carr. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Throwing now is Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown. Marvin Harrison Jr. with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Tigers go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here's the Anchorage offense back out now. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4. Right back to Spears. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
They go play action now. Lawrence. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. A 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Looking to throw, Lawrence. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Great vision there by Lawrence as he scrambles for a first down.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up his offense pretty with a 1st and goal.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Hand off to Spears. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and
this time he is in. Tajay Spears with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Now Carr. That's complete to Palmer. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Gibbs. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. The give right side for Gibbs. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Uchenna Nwosu able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Huskies offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Now Lawrence.
He's got Akins, the tight end, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Lawrence.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Being chased out left. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
2nd down and a yard. Lawrence. He's got this to Williams, complete.
And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown.
Mike Williams.
34 yards.
And the Huskies will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now 21-7. So that drive 7 plays in length.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
Following the touchdown, Austin Hopkins will kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
To throw, it's Carr.
He'll get that complete to Harrison.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Here's Jake Camarda now.
A 40-yard punt given 3 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have come to halftime and what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll start out west in the capital city of Sacramento, California, where you see the final score there. Devin Singletary. What a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. In the first half, we saw a strong outing from Trevor Lawrence. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
Airing this one out for Evans.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Now Lawrence. They'll set up the screen for Spears.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Here's Carr to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake in the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Running the jet sweep here for Palmer. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now Carr. In trouble, and he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Carr.
He's got it complete to Gibbs.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll start on the ground with Spears.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6. The Spears with another carry. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Colin Saunders able to get him for a loss of about 3.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
And here's a give to Spears.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Steps away to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brian Burns in there to drop him for a loss on the play. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Shoves him away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And off now to Gibbs. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 9 yards that time.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage, when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
He'll fire deep, looking for more. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Huskies offense and Tyjae Spears set to take over once more. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
And now a run with Spears. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. Lawrence will throw. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Here's Jones on the return. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports.
As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A gain of 13 and also a first down. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
The offense on 3rd down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 16. To throw is Carr. Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a run by Spears. Busts through the tackle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Now Lawrence to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. They'll run with Spears. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looks like you're exactly right. Looked like a 4-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. On first down, Spears. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, second down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the fourth quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. On play action, Lawrence.
Out to the left, he's got his tight end, Akins. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
This will be caught at about the 5. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Spears going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
Buying time to his... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Call it a big loss of 10 there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Hopkins' kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the fourth quarter.
Here's Carr. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
Now 2nd and 3.
Throwing now is Carr.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Carr going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Mayer there to bring it in.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now Carr.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. little too much getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And it's going to be batted down. Go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Now Spears to begin the drive.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Anchorage,
it's a good 5th win for them as they play out the string. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Toronto, they hit double digits in losses as they fall to 5 and 10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.